Coming up for Saturday kickoff this afternoon. Coming up first, we do have here Padres Impact as they're going to host Red Bull Tominto here at the La Soccer Stadium on Saturday kickoff this afternoon. And also we have this game here coming up this afternoon as the league leaders of the Premier League, the Georgetown Red Devils, as they face South Coast Rangers. Hello everybody here in the studio on Saturday kickoff this afternoon, and I am Gary Walker, the presenter, and I'm alongside here my fellow pundit as always, Jimmy Hansberg. And we have two major games here on this televised show on Saturday kickoff for this week, as we start things first with Padres Impact and also RB Tominto, known as Red Bull Tominto. And before the game, Jimmy, any takes about these two sides? Well, it's a massive game this is for Padres Impact, the home team, and also for Red Bull Tominto also, because as of the Padres Impact first, a massive chance for them to try and get more wins under their belt. They're not really, let's say, worried about the league a little bit because they've been very consistent, because they've got Europa Conference League on Thursdays most majority of the times, and that could be a massive distraction in terms of the league. But they really, let's say, hold out they have. They really, let's say, handled the pressure very good they've been so far to be in that top four, and also prioritise themselves also in the UEFA Conference League. And I think this game here will be very, let's say, simple for Padres Impact to get the win. But however, they're up against Red Bull Tominto, a team that have got a cup final for next week against Waynord. And they want to try and get anything out of this game, of course, to try and get themselves in that top half of the Premier League table, because a lot of pressure on the manager of Charlie Taylor to win a major trophy by next week, and a lot of pressure on him as well on maybe getting themselves a chance to be in that top half and qualify potentially for a European place for next season. So there's a lots of chances, of course, for these two sides to try and get anything out of this game. But I think this game will be very tough. But I think Padres are more likely the favourites, of course, to get the win here over Red Bull Tominto. But anything can happen in the game though, Gary. Thank you very much there, Jimmy. And let's get straight to the game here at the La Soccer Stadium, as we have Padres Impact, as they're going to host here against Red Bull Tominto. Let's get to the coverage. And the sunshine is here in Padres, and the game is on as Padres Impact versus Red Bull Tominto. And a massive game to play here live on Saturday kickoff this afternoon. And let's get the teams ready here for kickoff underway between Padres and Red Bull Tominto. And there's a massive chance, of course, for both sides, especially for Red Bull Tominto. They do have a massive major cup final next week against Waynord, while Padres Impact, however, did quite well in their European positions in the UEFA Conference League, and they're in the semi-finals to take on Bayern Leverkusen in a couple of weeks from now. And also they're currently in that top four position, really, let's say, on that position throughout most of the season so far with Padres. And their aim, hopefully by the end of the campaign, is to try and qualify and play in the UEFA Champions League for next season. That is the major aim for the Padres team by the end of this season. So there's a lot to fight for, but for Red Bull Tominto, there's a lot of pressure on the manager though, on Charlie Taylor, because they're not supposed to be in the bottom half of the table. The only thing is keeping him alive as manager for Red Bull Tominto is that they're in the cup final for next week against Waynord. They reached into the finals after beating Padres Impact actually in the semi-finals of the League Cup way back in March, and they're playing each other again here 2 months later in the league. And let's see if they can get the job done here in the league and try and give them a little bit of boost before their cup final for next week though for Red Bull Tominto. And there's a chance for Padres to score, and it's gone all the way there to Skatlenberg, the goalkeeper. And he boots the ball now away. Now to Ian Robin. Now to De Jong. Now he's Robin. Looking for a pass now to Axel Witsel. Now here's to Ian Robin. Now terrific pass now to Lacazette. Now Eric Cantona. Pass there now to Malcolm. He's through 1v1 here, Malcolm. For a goal maybe so there. Could have been. It could have happened right there for Padres Impact. But unfortunately that's gone wide. And now it's going to be here a goal kick in the game for Tominto in the matchup here for this afternoon. So let's see what happens here now. So we have Skatlenberg will take it and pass the ball short here to Vertonghen. And he passed it here now to Axel Witsel. Now to Harrison Coombs. Now Van Persie. Now Dwight Young. And now it's going to be here a free kick in the game. And it looks like here the referee is actually warning right here on Cahir. Warning him, not giving a card whatsoever, just warning him of that challenge right there on the Red Bull Tomatoes player. So it's going to be here a free kick for Red Bull in the game as we speak. And let's see what happens from here now. Van Persie will take the free kick. Chance here for a goal, and it's gone away to Hugo Lloris very easily right there from him. And he throws it away. And now to Lacazette. Pass there now to Eric Cantona now. Now to Malcolm. Malcolm now to Zidane. He won the ball. He's kept it nice and tight. Save. Rebound. Goal. And he got that last touch on that there. Eric Cantona. And Padres Impact are in the lead. That's a brilliant finish right there. Into the back of the net. And yes, what a hit. Right into the keeper's hand. And then obviously rebound out to Cantona to attack the ball into the open net. And now Padres Impact have actually scored. And now it is 1-0 in the game here over Red Bull Tominto in the matchup. What a ball. And what a pass into the back of the net. And that is absolutely brilliant in this matchup here for Padres in the game. Within half an hour in the matchup. Now here's Van Persie. Now to Dwight Young. Now to Van Persie again. Now to Axel Witsel. Now to Yuri Tillemans. Now Tillemans now. Now Cantona. Now to Conti. Now to Zidane. Could be a chance here for a goal. Clearance away there from danger. And now here's Zidane. Chance here for a shot. Save right there for the goalkeeper there to Skatlenberg. And he boots that out from danger now. Now pass it there now to Johan Giroud. Now to Jan Vertonghen. And it's almost half time by the way between Padres Impact and Red Bull Tominto as we speak. Not long left to go. Right in the keeper there of Hugo Lloris. And there you have it. That is the end of the first half of the game here at the La Soccer Stadium. As it ends here at the break as Padres Impact 1, Red Bull Tominto 0. And we are back here for the second half, and here we go. And it's 1-0 at the break for Padres to be in the lead in the first half. And now here's to Isaac. Holds it there. He doesn't hold it, but now here's to Cahir. Now Nicholas Laidana. Now to Yuri Tillemans. Now Lacazette. Now Remy Lex. And now here's a chance for Lacazette here to score. And now Johan Giroud. And now Axel Witsel. And now here's a pass there. Now Remy Lex here. And now Zinedine Zidane. And that's a free kick. And it looks like here the referee right there gives a little warning right there now to Coombs. And a free kick given here for Padres Impact in the game. And that's a massive challenge there. Zidane was taken out recklessly by Coombs. But free kick here for Padres in the match as we speak. Zidane shoots! Save! And now the ball is now still... Oh, it's off the pitch. And it's going to be a corner. Corner given. Let's see what happens from this here. Pass here now to Conte. Short here. Potential goal, potentially so. Shot! Oh, the Padres could have scored. Yuri Tillemans. Could that strike right there from him could have happened with him to put the ball into the back of the net. But unfortunately, it was a save. And Sketlenberg put his hands onto that. Very nice and comfortable right there for Tominto in the match. And now we've got ourselves another corner here for Padres. Cross into the box. Header away there from Witsel. But hold on a minute. Goal's been given. And Axel Witsel tried to clear the ball from danger. But went to the feet of Eric Cantona. And he puts the ball into the goal. And now he extends the lead here. And scores also 2 goals in the matchup as well. What a brilliant goal. Cross in the box. Witsel trying to head the ball away. Went to the chest of Eric Cantona. Chest, control, shot, bang, goal. And Padres Impact have got their reward. And there are 2 goals in the lead in this matchup. Brilliant goal. And brilliant scenes here at the La Soccer Stadium. Brilliant, brilliant goal, I've got to say. Brilliant. And now here's Axel Witsel now to Arjen Robben. Looking for a pass here maybe. For anyone. And now here's to Axel Witsel. Now to Isaac. Now Van Persie. Now clearance away. Now Vertonghen. And now it's Giroud. Now Giroud now passed the ball there to Arjen Robben. And he keeps it alive here in the game as we speak. Now it's Kai Her. Now to Conte. Now is Zinedine Zidane. Now is Eric Cantona now. Here's Malcolm. No, he doesn't get the ball unfortunately. Now Harrison Coombs. Now Axel Witsel. And now here's Witsel here. Hold it nice and control here now. Here's to Zinedine Zidane. And now passes it there to Harrison Coombs. We have got, let's say, 5 more minutes left of the game to go, by the way. Now Van Persie. Oh, could have been another chance here for a goal, but no. Here's to Lacazette. Now it's going to be over any minute now here for the game to end. And Padres to get the win. But here's now a chance here for Young. And it's gone to the keeper's hands. And now Hugo Lloris takes it. And it's all over. And the whistle blows for full time. And Padres Impact have got themselves those massive major 3 points to put themselves in a very comfortable position to chase on the Red Devils in the league as it ends Padres Impact 2, Red Bull Tominto 0. A massive victory for Padres Impact. They got themselves a massive 3 points over Red Bull Tominto here this afternoon, and that really deems themselves a chance to go and put the pressure on the Georgington Red Devils in the Premier League if they can really be consistent also in the league. But in the game, 2 goals from Eric Cantona. What was your final thoughts about his play in the matchup to deliver and also contribute the 2 goals for the team? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goals from Cantona. He really, really was the finisher in the game. And I've got to say that Padres Impact are in very good spirits there, of course. Spirits to try and be a team that competes maybe for a chance on winning and maybe a Premier League title by the end of the season. And also a chance to try and win a European trophy of the name of the UEFA Conference League, as they are the favourites in that competition. And they do play against Bayern Leverkusen in a couple of weeks. But now talking about Red Bull Tominto, in the league, they're not looking great in terms of where they're currently at the moment. 11th place in the league. A lot of pressure on Charlie Taylor, the manager for Red Bull Tominto. But the good news for them, they do have a cup final for next Saturday to take on Waynard, who are also in bad form also in the league itself, and also got knocked out in the Champions League a few weeks back against FC Porto. And I think they need to, let's say, not think about and worry about this result here in the game here for the matchup this afternoon, because a massive chance for Red Bull Tominto to may get European football instead in the Conference League for next season if they end up winning, of course, the League Cup trophy for next Saturday. And if they miss out on the top 7, they do definitely guarantee that European football. So I've got to say that the matchup, of course, for next week is the game that Charlie Taylor has to win, because there's a lot of pressure on him as the Red Bull owners really want him to win a major trophy for the Red Bull team by the end of next week. Okay, thank you very much there, Jimmy. And now we move on now to the next matchup here, as we have South Coast Rangers, as they will play here at home against the league leaders of the Premier League, the Georgington Red Devils, as South Coast are flying high in the Premier League, as they're currently in those European places in 7th place in the league, and they've got aims to really be an ambitious side to try and be in those positions by the end of the season. But let's get to the game at the Beach Camp Stadium between the Georgington Red Devils and South Coast Rangers. Let's get to the coverage. And we are finally back here for the game on Saturday kickoff, as South Coast Rangers will take on the Georgington Red Devils, as they are the current, obviously, holders of the Premier League title. And they do play here against South Coast Rangers in this game. And they are the league leaders for a reason. And I think South Coast will obviously try and, let's say, take this game to them in this matchup. And that's what they're hoping to do by the end of this game. But South Coast have got a chance here. They're a home team. They've got the chance to try and deliver something over the Georgington Red Devils. And they can still do it here for this afternoon. And they do have Trezeguet up front with Lucas Perez, with Yusuf Poulsen, with Ogsil in that midfield, with Sissoko and Solskjaer as well. And they've got a real, let's say, strong team here out this game. The same thing for the Red Devils. Rooney, Mbappe as well. You've got Dybala, Bolt in that attack, with Havertz and Kante in the middle, with Koulibaly and also Upamecano in that defence, with Roberto Carlos also in that team, will be the left back. He'll be very, very strong prospect in the team. And also goalkeeper Chris Bailey to stop the balls from going to the back of the net. So here we go. And let's get the game underway, ladies and gentlemen. And here's Yusuf Poulsen. Now here's Trezeguet. And he won the ball nice and tight, he has. Now passed it there nicely to Kante. Now to Rooney. Looking for a pass here now to... no, he doesn't. Now is Magnussen. Magnussen now to Solskjaer. And now Desai. Now pass there to Lucas Digne. And now Solskjaer. And now is Desai now. Pass the ball to Ogsil. And now Lucas Digne. And now Yusuf Poulsen. Clearance away there from the defender. And now is Solskjaer. And now Poulsen. Great defending there. Now Joshua Kimmich. And now Mbappe there, 1v1 to the goalkeeper, has a chance to score, and oh my god, massive opportunity right there to make it 1-0 to the Red Devils, but that has gone wide. And there's a massive, massive, massive chance right there to score, but it's gone wide, and it will be a goal kick in the game. And we'll see what happens from this now. And Silzen will take it and pass it short here now to Magnussen. And now Noah Solskjaer, now to Pavard. And now Magnussen now to Solskjaer now. And now all the way to Kante. Really pushing through. 1v1 to the goalkeeper to score maybe. And what a save there from Kasper Silzen right there to almost score against him. But great save right there from the goalkeeper. And Kante was 1v1. And a good save there, the keeper, with his leg right there. Really stopped that from maybe promising himself to score, Kante. But good keeping right there from the Dutchman. So corner here has been given for the Georgington Red Devils in the game. And Roberto Carlos will take it. Who cross the ball into the box. There's no header involved at all. And now it's gone all the way there now to Lucas Perez. Now pass it now to Trezeguet. Now is to Solskjaer. And now back now to Roberto Carlos. Now Mbappe's through. Could be a goal for Mbappe. Save right there for the goalkeeper. Massive chance, but it has gone for a save. In fact, now here's to Desai. Now to Sissoko. And now here's Poulsen. And now all the way there, past there to Carlos. Now here's to Rooney. Now pass it here now to Mbappe. Could be a goal for Mbappe and a save right there for the goalkeeper. And now a corner in the match as we speak. And there's a lot to play for in this game. Mbappe right there on the counter-attack. Going for most chances to try and score, but save right there to stop him from doing so. Let's see what happens now. Here's to a chance here from Carlos. In the box, head away. Now here's to Poulsen. Now here's to Trezeguet. Now it's Koulibaly. And that's going to be now a free kick, by the way. Free kick given in the match as we speak currently. A foul right there from obviously Koulibaly. And now free kick here for South Coast Rangers. And now Pavard now. Punch away there now to a chance here again for maybe here. All the way here to Havertz. Now Rooney. And now who's Bolt? That's a shot. Good defending. They try to do anything there what it takes, but now clearance away, and that's going to be all over in the matchup here in the first half. No goals scored at the break. As the half-time score is South Coast Rangers 0, the Red Devils 0 at half-time. And we're back here for the second half, and here we go. And goalless in the break, and let's see what happens in the second half now. Pablo Dybala. Now Havertz. Now Kimmich. In the box here for a goal, and it's gone offside. Offside there. And that was no goal whatsoever. But it will be offside, it will be. And it'll be a free kick here in the game here for South Coast Rangers in the match as we speak. And Seals then will take it. And he will now pass it here now to Lucas Digne. Now Leon Sissoko. And now Magnussen. And now Sissoko. And now is Desai. And now is a chance here now for Dybala. Now Kimmich. Looking for an opportunity here to score. Maybe the Red Devils here in this game. Crossing the box here. Could be a goal. Oh, save there, the goalkeeper. Great save there. Great save. That was a chance, but a save was there from the keeper for South Coast. And now is Bolt. And there you have it. That's going to be that. Offside being given. Called into the referee. And now all the way now boots it. Now is Mbappe. Now Dybala. Could be a goal, maybe so. Oh, good defending there from South Coast here. Keep the ball alive. Now here's to Renato Sanchez. Lucas Perez now. Now back to Kante. Now all the way here now to Sissoko. Now pass down to Poulsen. Now Thomas Oaksil. Now to Lucas Perez. Oh, what a hit from Lucas Perez. An absolute hit from Lucas Perez to put South Coast in the lead in the game. What an absolute remarkable goal there from Lucas Perez outside of the penalty box as well. And I could not believe that the goalkeeper Chris Bailey did not put any hands onto that. That was an absolute rocket goal, and all the fans of South Coast are going bloody ballistic here in the Beach Camp Stadium. I've got to say, set replay once again. He hits it as the defender right there, was it Roberto Carlos? I couldn't see who it was. Who put the pressure on the striker right there on Lucas Perez? It was actually Roberto Carlos actually put the pressure on him, and quickly he trying to find a chance on his right foot to hit it before Carlos got there and took it off the ball off of him, while he used his right foot to plunge that ball right in that top corner and score past the goalkeeper. So we have 15 minutes left of the game to go, by the way. Now Dybala, Havertz, now Renato Sanchez. Now here's to Rooney. Now Havertz in the box here. Could be a chance here for a goal. Clearance away. We have got, let's say, 10 more minutes, by the way, of the game left. 10 more minutes. And now pass the ball there to Magnussen. Renato Sanchez. And now Christian Farino. And now Leon Sissoko. And now Renato Sanchez. And now Magnussen. And now Jose Gala now to Leon Sissoko. And we do have, let's say, 2 more minutes left of the game to go, by the way. 2 more minutes. All right there to the keeper. Hand into the keeper there. And it is all over, ladies and gentlemen. And a massive, massive, massive win right there for South Coast Rangers. As it ends here right now, South Coast 1, the Red Devils 0, and the league leaders were defeated here away from home. What a massive win for South Coast Rangers, as they have won here against the promising, let's say, champions, maybe potentially for this season, of Georgington Red Devils. The league leaders of the Premier League lost here, right here for today, this afternoon, by 1-0 over South Coast Rangers. And I've got to say, South Coast had a very good season so far under Dave Atkinson. Not established top 10 side in the Premier League. Always a team in that bottom half of the table, but for Dave Atkinson's side to see themselves to be in this position, competing and challenging in those European places, massive for them, of course. And also for them to beat the league leaders by 1-0 was absolutely massive as well. And what's your thoughts on South Coast in the matchup in terms of their belief in the game? They might manage to get 3 points over the Georgington Red Devils here from this afternoon. It was an absolute brilliant result, I've got to say, for South Coast Rangers. They showed a lot of belief in that game, and throughout this season, you know, 4 back-to-back wins as well in the Premier League so far, from match day 20 when they lost to Goldfield in that matchup, and then in the last 3 games after that, back-to-back wins, and even beating the league leaders of the Premier League was absolutely massive for them. And now they moved themselves up to 6th, and now they're in a Europa League spot at the moment in the Premier League. There's plenty of games left of the season to go though, so you can't get too carried away where they're going to be by the end of the season. But a team like South Coast, probably the only side who are not the established team in the top 10 of the Premier League, is giving it a real heck of a go, they are. And I feel that the team like Yusuf Poulsen, for example, you know, like him and Noel Solskjaer, and also players like Lucas Perez and the whole collective of the South Coast team do believe in themselves so much, they do this season, and they're having, let's say, big moments such as winning 1-0 to the Red Devils, even drawn to the Red Devils way back at the start of the season by a 2-2 draw against them was absolutely massive at Old Factory Road. And they should be very, very proud of themselves, they've got to be, South Coast, because they want to be, let's say, that team to be in those positions. They are okay club. They are a big team in terms of being consistent in the Premier League for so many years. Also got to the Europa League semi-finals way back in 2019. So they have got some European record, of course, behind them. But for them to really give it a go and punch above their weight in that top 10 in terms of the most richest teams in the league and really challenge for those European places, that is massive, that is, for them. And I'm really rooting for South Coast to be in that position by the end of the season. But That resilience in the game here this afternoon was absolutely unbelievable, and I cannot, let's say, describe the words in terms of what David Atkinson has delivered for the South Coast team here for this afternoon. Thank you very much there, Jimmy, and now we move on now to the game highlights of the other 8 games across the Premier League here on match day 22, and let's get to the coverage, of course, for those matches. And Kieran Tierney right there could not get to the ball in time, and Sam Asanya kept the ball onto the pitch, and he fell across there to Pele, header saved, rebound back there to the shot there for AFC Richmond to score, and what a goal right there from Jamie Tartt to get the finish, as AFC Richmond are taking themselves in the lead in this matchup over Goldfield Boys United. An unbelievable, let's say, from Sam Asanya to keep the ball on the pitch, and then a great chance right there in the box there to cross it into Pele. Header was a save, but then Jamie Tartt got onto that last, and he won them the game as it ends AFC Richmond 1, Goldfield Boys United 0 at full time. And it took Grasshoppers until 15 minutes in the game to score, as the error of the new manager Zico went to a very good start here over Newport Dragons in the second half, as Chirio Mobile got the only goal in the matchup here this afternoon at Newport City Stadium, as Newport Dragons lost the game here over Grasshoppers United under their new manager Zico's first win as manager was an absolute positive one here this afternoon, as it ends Newport Dragons 0, Grasshoppers United 1. And a great pass right there from Marco Reus. Unbelievable pass there to Mo Salah, and he hits it right in that bottom corner for Chetico Blue Tigers to get themselves very positive in the second half to get themselves in the lead, as Mohamed Mo Salah puts himself on the score sheet here over Hassanfield Terriers. And what a goal from him, and great teamwork right there for Chestico Blue Tigers to really create that moment right here. Absolute great touch there from Royce there to Salah, and he finished that ball right in the back of the net as Mo Salah makes it 1-0 to Chestico in the game. And then Chestico Blue Tigers carried on the play as Luther Mateus passed nicely right there to Marco Reus, and he hits that ball right in that bottom corner. And another goal here for Chestico, but this time around it comes down to Marco Reus. And Chestico Blue Tigers have been absolutely terrific in the game. Brilliant in the matchup in terms of their attack in the match, as it ends here as Chestico Blue Tigers 2, Hassanfield Terriers 0. The defending champions of the Premier League, Adders Gunners, got themselves in the lead within 2 minutes in the matchup. A shot there from Suarez, but saved from Martin Dubravka, and the ball was rebounded out away from the hands of Martin Dubravka, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang got that last touch, and he tapped that into the goal, and it is 1-0 to Adders in the game. And Martin Dubravka did not save much of that, unfortunately so, from that chance there for Suarez to score in the game. And then, however, a massive mistake right here for Juventus to give the ball away silly right there to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang again. And Aubameyang scores another goal past Iceberg Forest. And massive error right there from Jorgensen, the defender for Iceberg Forest, to not be aware on what's behind him, and Aubameyang obviously tussled him with the ball, won the ball off of him, and he took it all by himself against Martin Dubravka 1v1 to score his second goal in the game for Adders Gunners. And then a consolation goal in the matchup here for Iceberg Forest, as a great goal right there from Ben Diaz, who puts the ball past the goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, and unfortunately Adders Gunners could not get a clean sheet out of the game here, as Brenton Diaz, the Chilean striker, puts the ball into the back of the net, and now Iceberg are trying to get back into the matchup here, and I've got to say Adders Gunners did not be wary where Ben Diaz was. And he did quite well to really control the ball and keep it on his feet, and then hit the ball into that bottom corner. But the match ended here at full time here, and Adders do get the victory at the end, as it ends Adders Gunners 2, Iceberg Forest 1 at full time. And a great start here for Inter Taloga before half-time as David Beckham got himself on the score sheet as Sporting Sunlight go behind and Inter Taloga are in the lead. In the very, let's say, dark times of last week after losing 2-0 to Hashtag United, and they rectified that this week, it looks like, as they're leading away from home this time around by 1-0 in the game. And then Inter Taloga got themselves another goal in the matchup as Frankie de Jong, great pass right there, all the way to Mahrez, 1v1 to the keeper, and he puts it in right in that bottom corner right there to make it 2-0 in the game. Unbelievable hit right there from Mahrez. He tapped it in nice and perfect, he did, the Algerian, and Inter Taloga extend the lead in the game by 2-0 in the matchup here at Lakeside. But a massive, massive, massive win for Taloga. They delivered an absolute massive result, of course, in terms of the game here for this afternoon. After last week's defeat over Hashtag United at home of last week at the Santo Park Stadium. But a massive victory right there for Inter Taloga as it ends here at Lakeside as Sporting Sunlight 0, Inter Taloga 2. A perfect start to the game for Georgetown City as a free kick was a real good one actually. Couple passing between all the players of Georgetown City and it went laid down to the feet of Pedro the ball, and all he had to do is put that ball past Ben Foster to get the opener in the game. And great tiki-taka passing right there from a free kick from Georgetown City to put themselves in the lead in the early phases in the game at the Hashtag Arena this afternoon. But it didn't end there as Diego Maradona got himself on the score sheet and scored past the goalkeeper of Ben Foster. An unbelievable touch right there from Diego Maradona was absolutely phenomenal, and he had the decency to run and celebrate in front of the Hashtag United fans who throw beers, litter, everything against him, and all the Hashtag United fans are abusing him as he's winding them up, he is, with that goal celebration against Hashtag United this afternoon. But the full-time whistle blows as it ends here at full-time as Hashtag United 0, Georgetown City 2 at full-time in the match. It was a very quiet afternoon in Warefield as a great chance there for Robert Lewandowski to have the best chance in the matchup to score against the goalkeeper of Andre Canas for Charlton Saturday, but unfortunately that ball went wide and that was the best chance ever that Waynard had in the matchup throughout the whole game, as a full-time whistle blew at full time as no goals happened between these two sides as it ends Waynard FC 0, Charlton Saturday 0 as it ends goalless. And the Westphalia derby is live on the game highlights coverage here on Saturday kickoff, and Los Andrades got themselves that opener goal in the matchup as Paul Gascoigne, great cross all the way there to Bray Hamilton, and he got the finish past the goalkeeper of Akafif. And now Los Andrades take themselves very seriously here as they're leading the game just before half-time by 1-0 in the matchup at the Westphalia Bay Stadium. But it wasn't over just yet as Los Andrades got themselves another goal in the second half to make it 2-0 as Falcao switched the pass there to Zlatan Ibrahimovic and he slots that ball past the goalkeeper of Prantos, and they are 2 goals behind, and Los Andrades fans are going absolute ballistic here at the Westphalia Bank Stadium as Los Andrades look like they might get a victory here against their local rivals of Prantos this afternoon. Good pass there from Falcao to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and those two players up front are such a teamwork with each other. And the full-time whistle blew at the end of the game. 2 goals scored for Los Andrades as they won the matchup here by 2-0 at full-time. The official results of match day 23 of the Premier League as it is AFC Richmond 1, Goldfield 0, Addis Gunners 2, Iceberg Forest 1, Chesko Blue Tigers 1, Hassonfield 0, Hashtag United 0, Georgington City 2, Los Andreas 2, Parantos 0, Newport Dragons 0, Grasshoppers 1, Padres Impact 2, RB Tominto 0, Sporting Sun Lake 0, Inter Taloga 2, South Coast Rangers 1, the Georgington Red Devils 0, and Waynord 0, Charford Saturday 0. And since Parantos and Padres drew 1-1 against each other here on match day 23, they are currently in 3rd and 4th place, while Adders Gunners, however, move up to 2nd place in the league, while the Georgington Red Devils did lose on this match day against South Coast, and they are now 3 points in front of Adders, only 3 points difference between the two sides, while Chesco Blue Tigers are currently 5th, while South Coast Rangers now move up to the top 6 in those European places, while Waynor drop down to 7th, and Georgington City are up to 9th. And also in the bottom half of the table, Red Bull Tominto are currently in the bottom half of the table in 11th position. We also have as well Sporting Sun Lake at 14th with Los Andreas and Hassenfield and Iceberg outside of the relegation drop, while Charford Saturday are only 3 points from Iceberg Forest in the relegation playoffs, and Grasshoppers are only 4 points off from Iceberg, while Hashtag United are bottom of the league with 9 points in the table so far in the last 23 games played of this season so far. And ladies and gentlemen, for next week we do have this matchup to be broadcasted, of course, at the Soccer City Stadium, the Cup final between Red Bull Tominto and Waynord, and that game will be live next week on RBC Sports. So stay tuned for that game, and that is coming up for next week. But that's all the coverage here right now for this afternoon. Massive result, of course, for South Coast, and also a massive win as well for Padres Impact to guarantee wins, of course, in their respective games. And that is all right here for the coverage here right now for this afternoon. For myself here today, Gary Walker, and have a very good evening, everybody.